Hi everybody, this is Zena Awesome. This is just an update on what I've been doing and how things are going. I've been busy putting in my window doors project. I'll be putting some, it's not done yet because I don't have shims to actually secure the door in place. So I have finished cutting the hole open and I have got the door physically in the hole, but it's actually not finished yet since there's two pieces of wood holding it in place to keep it from falling out. But it's definitely awesome. I love it. So that's been keeping me busy part of the time. And then, you know, with grief it kind of goes in ups and downs, and I had a few tough days going through certain stuff, and then maybe even telling the stories just kind of hit home a little bit. And it's strange because you don't know what's going to hit you, but you go and you do something and then it kind of it's sad. But generally speaking, I am doing really well. I am planning on upgrading my videos. I went ahead and got professional software, so in the near future I'll be hopefully making them a bit more professional and everything. I'm going to be learning my software and getting that all done. As you can see, the dogs are still doing pretty well. Java still seems to be having some problems breathing, so I don't know how long she's going to be around. But it's definitely, well, she surprised me. I didn't expect her to outlive my husband, and she has. So it's hard to tell, but when it collapses, it'll collapse. So I'm doing great, per se. It's a little tough because I was going to volunteer at Cedar Breaks, and that also got canceled. That was in August. They've said that this summer they're not going to have any volunteers there doing any of this stuff, that they're not going to have the telescope stuff where you look at the stars, and they're not going to have any of the guided wildflower tours or any of the stuff that they normally have. It'll all be self-guided. So one of the things I thought that wouldn't be affected by everything going on would be the volunteering up at Cedar Breaks. It's above 10,000 feet, so, and it's pretty cool and it's pretty remote, so you kind of figure that if they just did a little social distancing. I guess you can't with the telescope, because you walk up and you touch the telescope and you kind of you look right in it. So I guess I can see where they're coming from there. But there was a science fiction convention I was planning on going to. It was supposed to be in May. It's been pushed back to October. And other than that, everything, obviously the census, I was going to work for the census, and obviously that's been pushed back. I was going to be meeting people at the senior center and trying to get out, and maybe paying for a few trips with seniors, and of course that's out. And where I'm out here is really remote. I just signed up for well, I'll call it a motivational type program that includes mentoring. So again, that I have some more social contact with people, since I don't have a lot of people to talk to or to do things with. And I haven't even been to the grocery store in over a month. So I get I get my produce and a lot of the things I need from Imperfect Produce, which is great. They come out here once a week. I get to pick things. It's a little bit limited, but it does the job. And I still have enough food for the dogs. I'm still doing the blenderized diet. It's been Java, that's enough. What happened there is Java saw something. I have the door open a little bit, and also now there's a window. The door has a window in it, so they can see out. So Java saw something. Java had her body language. I've talked a little bit about how dogs communicate with body language. Her body language set off all the other dogs, and that's what that was. So, where was I at? That, grocery shopping, yeah. And then, I have enough dog food to, and of course by dog food I mean raw meat. They're getting eggs today, but I have enough raw meat, I think, to last me. I have a doctor's appointment on the 8th of May. It's for my osteoporosis shot. So I definitely have to go for that. That can't be done with social distancing, and then I'll be in town and I should have enough food to get me to then. The dogs don't seem to, of course, mind at all Mama staying home all the time. Actually, I think they love it. Yeah, I think they love it. Yes. Yes. My babies. So if you have any suggestions of things you want me to talk about, or ideas of just pretty much anything, more that you want to know about the dogs or my raw feeding, or more questions about my military career, I'm going to continue on with doing stories. I'm looking through photo albums. Of course, you got to keep in mind that in the past we didn't, you couldn't do the digital photos like today. So, like when I did my 23-day European vacation with my hubby, it was a coach trip. We hit lots of countries, and we actually spent a full day, which meant two nights in Paris, Rome, Madrid, Barcelona, Vienna, and Venice. And then we visited lots of other cities like Nice and Amsterdam, and we traveled all around. And we went to lots of places. We didn't really hit Germany. Germany wasn't on the trip, and I have photos from that. So lots of going down memory lane, working for stories. So that's been a little bit tough. I enjoy telling stories, and I'll get better at it, but they're a mixed bag. So, and unfortunately the sheet I was having on my chair finally died. It was a beautiful kitty sheet. It had kitties all over it. I don't know if you noticed they were kitty cats, but this sheet is, as you'll find with most of the stuff around my house, is pretty old. We bought that sheet probably in 2001, 2002. So it's time. It's time for it to be retired. So again, any questions, comments? As I said, I'm trying to build my channel. I have lots of knowledge. I have my master's in business administration. I love talking business too, and I'm not too sure where my channel is going to go and how to move it forward. I had someone tell me that, I don't have many people out here, but I had someone tell me that the way I've got my TV set up, that I should do a video about that, because I use PlayOn, and I record things on my computer, and then I cast them to my TV, and I have my sound bar and my speakers, and so it's a whole setup. It's not just for the most part I don't watch live TV at all. It's actually all cast from my computer technically. I don't know if that's something people are interested in. For me, it was a necessity, and even now that I've got the unlimited internet, at least especially while people are at home right now, it's been really, really erratic. It drops out once or twice a day down to nothing. I'll be checking my email, and then suddenly my email will fail, and then I'll finally see on the computer that there's no internet, and that's actually the service itself. But at least, unlike the satellite, it's unlimited. So when I do a recording, I do most of my recordings at night, so that there's less people, and then during the day I can watch them, and then it doesn't matter if there's no internet, and I do that through PlayOn. And then also I have a program, not a program, a website where I keep track of all my TV shows so that I know when they're coming on, so I can make sure that they get subscribed to and all that stuff. So as far as that goes, I'm pretty, I have quite a system that's a little bit complex as far as watching TV, since, like I said, I actually don't quote-unquote watch TV, but I like my surround sound and my 65-inch TV. It wasn't the TV I wanted, but, oh, and I have, of course, a Roku, so the play-on goes through the Roku, which goes to the TV, which comes from the computer, so, yeah. Yep, a few things there. I hope everybody's doing great. I think it's tough for everybody. I try to smile a lot, even with my dogs, don't I? Yes, yes. And I'm working on, I feel like, well, I know that I'm over my plan, let's get back. Okay, my original plans after my hubby died, and this had been my plan for a couple years, is after my hubby died, I would go out into nature and travel around and spend a month or 2 or 3, depending on how I felt, just out bebopping and being in nature and collecting my thoughts. Well, as you know, that didn't happen. Well, now I'm into, you know, he died 2/2/2020, so we're at 2.5 months. So I guess I'm hitting the point that I would have still hit if I'd been out traveling, where I feel it's time for me to move on. So I'm having a bit of a challenge on figuring out my direction. I am really enjoying my home. I wasn't sure I was going to, because it is pretty isolated, but I don't know how to work that into doing things or making money. The VA came through with, at least I think, because I haven't gotten any mail yet, I saw my account that I'm getting some monthly money now, and I did get a lump sum, but it was for far less than I expected. So I have a little breathing room there. I haven't gotten any stimulus money yet. It says they can't tell if I'm eligible or not, so we'll see how that goes. And other than that, I have to pick a path. That's why I decided to go ahead and sign up with a program that gives me daily tasks and a support group to deal with to help me move forward and figure out what it is I want to do. Yeah, yes. Other than get licked by dog, thank you so much. Thank you. That is what I needed. I needed doggy licks. So yes, I'm rambling. Sorry about that. It's just been no, I wouldn't say one of those days. I'd actually say it's probably been one of those years. Oh, and I was going to talk about my diet. Yes, I'm still blenderizing my food for the most part. I've already hit the 2 weeks since I left left the hospital. It's 2 weeks today. I'm still a little nervous about getting obstructions, and so I want to try to keep the fiber down. So when I eat potatoes, I'm not eating the skin, and when I eat oranges, I kind of just suck most of the juice out of the orange and then spit out the pulp. And other than that, I'm blenderizing things. I still want to get veggies in my diet, so I had carrots. I made carrots with, I put in a little bit of raisins and almonds and butter and blenderized them, and then put them in my little 2-ounce cups, and did the same thing with some rainbow chard, and, well, not the same thing. I cooked it. I actually put bacon in that, and then blenderized it and put it in little cups. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to hit the 50% of your plate should be fruits and veggies, preferably veggies. So now instead of doing 3 little cups, I'm doing 4 little cups, 2 veggies, 1 starch, 1 meat, for a total of 8 ounces of food. And this is 8 physical ounces, not 8 weight ounces. I hate the 2 are the same. So 1 cup of food, and I can pretty much seem to handle that. So I'm still trying to eat healthy while on a limited, the low FODMAP diet and blenderizing. I'm still trying to get different vitamins and minerals. When I looked at my lab results from being in the hospital, they actually are pretty good even with all the limitations. Taking my vitamins and what I'm eating have really helped, because they checked, you know, B and E and K and zinc and a bunch of things, and everything was in the normal range. So theoretically pretty healthy along those lines. The only thing that's also being disrupted is I was supposed to get my DEXA scan before my May 8th appointment, and obviously I'm not going to make a trip up there just for that, because my primary care appointment's going to be on the phone, so I won't be able to, I won't be there, you know, because it's 105 miles to the hospital, so I don't want to drive just for the scan. So I guess I'll get the scan on the 8th. DEXA scan is where they look and see how my osteoporosis is doing. On my hip, my T-score was minus 3.9 last time, which is pretty bad. So that's why I'm getting the osteoporosis shots. I get the shots because with my gastric bypass I can't take the pills. So the shots are every 6 months, and they say if you miss a shot that there's an increased chance of back fractures. So it's definitely a shot that can't be postponed. So I guess if I get my DEXA scan done that day, I'll know the results in a few days, and hopefully with the calcium and the shots, and I've been trying to be more active, at least lately. They say that you need, for your bones, you need pounding. So I think that's the reason my hips are so low, is because I have the ankle problems, and so I've always done low impact stuff, and with low impact stuff your bones get weaker with that, so it's all a trade-off. So I'm thinking of I don't know, I've always hated running or jogging, but it would probably help my bones, so who knows. It's something to look into. But right now I'm just gonna at least try on my Fitbit to get my 250 steps every hour, and then after that I want to work on getting my 10,000 steps a day, which I haven't been getting 10,000 steps a day since forever. I did it a lot more when I had the farm before Bandar got sick, but now I haven't been doing that, so I'm trying to get out more. I'm putting rocks around the inside of the fence where there's little gaps. The dogs haven't tried to go out, but I want to keep blocking everything, and my yard is full of rocks, so I go outside, I walk around, I pick up rocks, and I put them up against the fence. So eventually my whole fence will have rocks along it, and that'll keep critters from coming in, and doggy critters from going out. You wouldn't run away from home, would you? No, Mama. Not unless it was fun. Yeah. Dogs. All right. Thank you very much. You all have an awesome day.